What's going on, YouTube? I got another project going on today. Been thinking about this for quite a while. Grabbed a new pump right there and gonna get started on this project and hopefully get it finished so I can show everybody what it looks like. Got some plants here. I've got some Brussels sprouts. I've got some heirloom tomatoes, which one of them didn't make it in the ride home. These are Bradley's, and of course some jalapenos because I love jalapenos. So we're gonna get those things planted in my new device, and let's see how I'm gonna do that. And I went and I made sure that I grabbed the jalapenos with the most in there because they're going in the aquaponic, which means I got to get rid of that soil, which means I can untangle them. So instead of just getting 4 like I normally do, this one actually is going to give me 7. So, and then I did the same thing with the tomatoes, even though this one is crushed. It's dying anyway. But see, I got 3 over here. I got 2 right there on the right in the back, and then 2 right here up front. And even though that one looks like it's might not make it either, because these fell over in the car. And actually, I forgot I even had them in the truck. They fell over and were sitting like this. They were all smashed and dried out and everything. I just added a little water and bam, they stuck straight up. And I did the same thing with the Brussels here. There's a couple of them in here, like this one has 2. This one has 2. And I think maybe that was it. No, this back one has 3. Or no, this one has 2 and this one has 2 as well. And this one has 2. I'll be darned. So there's quite a few in there. So we'll see how those guys will be working. But so what am I talking about? What kind of new system am I going to do? Well, this is what I'm thinking. Alright, well this is my plan anyway. So what I did was I'm just going to do some kind of hydroponic type setup. And just put an inlet on the one side. Have the water going in. And I'm just going to cut holes like I have right here already. And I'm going to get my little cups. And they will go right in there. Got a little bit of pea gravel in the truck. And so that way I could put them in the cups. And pretty much that's the whole design. I'm just going to have water come in on one end, go all the way through, and then drain out on the other end. Little pump will help me do that. And well, this part I've already assembled. I got everything. These are the width of my hot tub is 76 inches, so I made these pipes 78 inches, 1 inch for each side, overlap. So hopefully it'll fit on there perfect. And pretty much went through all the 90s that I have in 2 inch. And some extra pipe I had laying around, that piece right there, this piece right over here, and just put it all together. And literally this is all of my 2 inch pipe that I have left. I have this little stick right here, and that's it on 2 inch pipe right now. But this is pretty much the way I'm thinking it's gonna look. I might have to do some kind of adjustment for the drain or the inlet, but I'm gonna start drilling these holes out and figure out what my spacing is, and then after that we'll throw the pump on there and see how it works. Alright, and a few minutes later, got all my holes drilled, got a whole pile of little pieces that I drilled out. The way I did it was I used a hole saw and pretty much put some pressure until that pilot hole, which if you don't know what that is, this drill bit, when that makes it through, then you actually have your pilot hole, and then the hole saw will actually cut it. So what I did was put some pressure when I was doing the pilot hole, and as soon as that broke through, I just let the weight of the drill push down on it, and it just made nice smooth cuts. Had to go ahead and take a knife and clean them all up. I cleaned them all up, but there's still crap all through there. I got to run a hose through it. Got all my cups lined up, ready to go in there. So alright, I'm gonna go ahead and wash this thing out, set it over there on the tub. Let's see what this thing can do. Alright, well, got all my holes drilled out, everything cleaned out, flushed out, got the pump hooked up. Did the same style setup I did before, where I had the bucket with the holes all in it. I used the same bucket that I used before with all the holes in it. Put it in there, funny pipe, straight up, little extension piece. See the water rushing through there. Makes it all the way down, all the way back around, and all the way back down, and you can see it draining right over there. This is not a bad amount, so I got a little more aeration to the water going on. The only problem is I think I'm going a little bit too fast with the water. over here, you can see it's not very much right here. It's, you know, way down in there. But whenever you come all the way down here, it's right at the edge there. And actually, yeah, you can see, and right here. So I've got a couple braces under here and here to raise it up a little bit. And pretty much it's running great down here. This side looks great. And the return right back in. So now, I guess the next thing to do would be go through, and yes, that's some really green water there. Still trying, I'm hoping that maybe I've been scrubbing up the walls on it and everything, mixing all the algae and everything up into suspension, that is. And I'm hoping that doing that and then filtering it through the beds and through this pipe will actually filter the water a little bit. That way we can get this water clarity looking a little bit better. But well, now we got an actual active leak going right there. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a couple more adjustments and jack up this pipe just a little bit more, and that way we can get the water actually moving a little bit and get some plants put in here and see how the sucker works with the plants and the rocks and roots and everything, adding more volume to the pipe, and we'll see what it looks like. And definitely got to do something about that one. Look at that sucker, it's dripping pretty good there. But I'll take care of that thing. At least it's not dripping right here where it'd be dripping straight down on the ground. But everything's looking pretty decent so far. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a few adjustments and get some plants in here, and then let's see what it looks like. Alright, it's starting to get dark, but I'm making progress. So far I've got quite a number of them in here. I got all the peppers planted, I put a couple in the garden, got all the tomatoes planted, put a couple in the garden. Now I'm working on grabbing some of those Brussels and throwing them in here. And just wanted to, well, I also had to jack up this side here, put a little piece of pipe under there, and of course it's leaking a little bit right there, down there, you can see. Good. Another little tiny one down here. Probably just going to go ahead and make up something along that lines, you know, maybe a little bit higher over there, and then medium, medium, small, small, and then just let this side just do its own thing. But I think that'll be the plan. But for right now, it's just leaking right into the tarp, which is leaking right into there. I got a couple holes in the tarp, so it's really not filling up on top of the tarp or anything. So it's not going to fill up the tarp or anything or overflow. And of course, I've got holes all through the tarp here every once in a while. But I think this is going to be good for the night anyway. I'm going to keep on going and see if I can shoot some video whenever I'm done. But I figured I'd go ahead and throw this out there right now. Everything's coming along really good. A lot of the stuff that I planted out, I think you can see right here, they've all got a pretty decent root mass. I made sure to pull all those through and just kind of let them do their own thing. And with these ones, these Brussels really have a nice root mass, so I had to cut out the bottom of it. And that way it'll allow all of the root mass to go through. But and like right now it's just kind of sitting on top of the root mass, so hopefully that'll be okay. And I don't know, we'll see what we get going here, but this is gonna be the way I'm gonna go for right now anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and see if some of these will make it. Like this tomato right here doesn't look like it's very healthy, and maybe it'll be alright. Nothing like this little sucker right there. That sucker looks beautiful. But yeah, we're just gonna leave this go for right now. Gonna go ahead, finish up my planning and everything, and put everybody in there and see what we've got. I'm sure I'm gonna have a few spots open, and I believe I'm just gonna grab some strawberries and throw them in there. But it's looking good so far, so liking it. Alright, got all these planted out. Got a few of them right there. Got nothing but rocks in them. Everything looks pretty decent. Got a few leaks going on. Oh, light just came on. Got a couple leaks here, obviously. A little tiny drip over here. Nice stream, little tiny drip. one in the back there, or in the middle, I would guess. But other than that, everything looks pretty decent. I had to prop it up. Got a little chunk of 2x4 over there, plus a couple little plastic pieces, a little piece of pipe over here, with some plastic pieces, a little piece of pipe over there, a tiny little piece of pipe over there. This is one of the ones I started off with, but it's all looking pretty good. Everything's leaking into the tub, so that's pretty decent for right now. But I'm going to keep on messing with it and see what kind of ratio I need to do here to get this sucker to not leak so much. So, but that's good enough for today. And it's getting dark anyway, as you can see. But pretty happy with what I've got going on so far. So, looks pretty decent. Let's see what this is going to go ahead and do. And we'll just adjust everything accordingly. Until next time, YouTube. Later.